Hey Metalmaniacs, this is Hannes
and Theo
of the Prophecy 23 from Germany, and you are thrashing it up on Dave's Softee's Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio.
Alrighty, Metal Maniacs, here we go. Please help me welcome back to Metal Messiah Radio, hailing from Mannheim, Germany, from fun thrash metal band The Prophecy 23. Joining us, we have Hannes on guitar and thrash vocals, and Theo on drums.
Hey.
Welcome to the Metal Meltdown, Hannes and Theo. Thank you for this opportunity. It's a pleasure to get with you. How are you doing out there today?
Yeah, first of all, thank you for having us. It's nice to meet you in person after all these years of supporting us. You know, the last, 3 interviews are made with Dennis, so it's nice to have you and to be here. Thank you.
Yes, it's a pleasure for me. And I didn't know that Dennis had parted ways for whatever reasons it was, but it's great to have you on the show. This is our first time, and it's been a while actually. But I want to congratulate you on the upcoming release, the fourth full offering, Thrash Metal. And this is due out on March 20th on Massacre Records. You've been with Massacre since the beginning. And as I said, this has been 6 years since my interview for Untrue Like a Boss. So 6 years is a long time, so I need to ask, has there been any changes in the band since then?
Yeah, actually there have been quite a few changes in the band. Not all immediately, but most of them over a certain period of time. So I think a major impact was Phil, the death vocalist, decided to leave the band due to private reasons, and Luca, the new death vocalist, joined the band, and also Flo, the former drummer, decided to leave the band because he was moving far away, a new job and so on, long story, but he decided to quit the band. And the guys asked me to join the band. I was helping out for a long time as a backup drummer when Flo was not available, so I was helping out. And 2 years ago or so, they asked me to join, to become the full member, and I was glad to accept. So there was quite some rotation in the band, and that's maybe also the reason why it took 6 years for the new record. It's a long story, but I think like lineup changes is always a reason to be delayed in recording and writing new songs and so on. However, there was a nice live album, right? So there is one live album. So it's not entirely 6 years of a break, but like 2 years ago or so, there was a live album released from Prophecy. And now there's a new studio record coming out.
And you also had a box set out there, or you still currently have a box set? Because I was confused when I was looking at merch. I think that Thrash Metal is also part of a box set, but didn't you have a big promotion for a Prophecy 23 box set not that long ago?
Sure. Yes, maybe you can.
Yes, we did a promotion, and I think this went very well. We actually don't know exactly the sales because we are currently in the pre-order phase, but this phase, the pre-order seems to going out very well. We are already in the Amazon charts in Germany, this Amazon like top 100 heavy metal charts, and you can see it. We've been there when we did the promotion, and I think it looked like there are a lot of people out there like to own the box set, and as well as the green and black vinyls.
Excellent. That's excellent news. And I have to say, even though there has been lineup changes, I'm listening to Thrash Metal, and it sounds like pure Prophecy 23. There has been no change in the fun, thrashy sound of the band. It sounds exactly the same to me. So you really have done well in keeping the lineup as it is. Yeah, congratulations on that.
Thanks. Thank you.
Let's learn more about Thrash Metal, the brand new release that's coming out. Who produced this effort, and where was this recorded, mixed, and mastered?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can take that one. So from a producing perspective, I would say it started, almost all the songs started in the rehearsal room. So there's always a guitar player coming with certain ideas of a song, having a high-level structure. And we managed with all the songs to have at least a few sessions in the rehearsal room to bring it in good shape and bring in a few ideas from everybody. If it comes to producing, I would say probably the most main producer, I would say that's Hannes for sure, because he's like the guy having everything, like all the strings together, so he's like the guy overseeing the whole process, and certainly doing most of the productions. When it comes to songwriting and arrangements and stuff, being the guy having the final word. However, this time it was, I would say, very a band process, nevertheless. And so from a producing process, that's it. And recorded, we have been to many studios, actually. So that was quite distributed because we wanted to, we were really insisting on being to the places where we wanted to be, So I have one studio where I'm totally a huge fan of recording the drums. that's called the Iguana Studios in southern Germany. It's mostly known for the death metal milestone from Necrophagists. The first album has been recorded there, and he's still a huge fan of those. And great guy, great drum recording, great studio. That's where we have recorded the drums and the guitars and bass guitars and so on. I think that's been mostly recorded in the Saint Butcher Studios and Green Supreme Studios with Hannes and Phil. And other than that, the recording was for one song, I believe. Hannes was going to a studio called Audio Drive in Sinsheim. Pretty cool, because that one song is totally a little different. We won't spoiler too much, but that song is different. So there's lots of clean vocals. It's unusual. It's fresh and new for Prophecy. So Hannes was going to that studio because he had some vocal coaching lessons, and they recorded the song over there. Other than that, most of the songs have been recorded in the studios I have mentioned before. And finally, mix and master was done in the Kohlekeller Studios from Kai. That's also a pretty famous studios in Germany, a metal studio, pretty good one. Mostly known for bands like Aborted, maybe in extreme metal and others. So yeah, it's really cool. So I think we have lots of distributed, but nevertheless, we were really insisting on having all the studios involved that we wanted to have. And we are very happy with the results. So it was totally awesome. It took a while until everybody was available, and it was some project management needed. But the result is totally blasting. So we are super happy. We enjoy it every day in the studio. So it's awesome. And yeah, that's long story, but
I appreciate that info, and I absolutely agree with you. And I have to say, I understand with the vocal coaching, maybe it has something to do with that, but I find the vocals of Hannes on this recording is as strong as I've ever heard him, so it definitely paid off.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, this is kick-ass offering. It's fun and kick-ass, and like I said, it's a true Prophecy 23 sound, but I think this is your strongest effort as far as vocally. You've done a superb job on this.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
You're the first one to say that, so maybe you're the first interview we did so far. And it's good to hear your first feedback on that, and thanks for that. We appreciate it.
Oh, it's my pleasure. It's the truth, and hopefully with every interview that you do out there, you'll hear the same thing, and then you'll know it's the truth. Yeah, and another thing you got going on for you that's always great is the cover art for your offerings. And I have to say that Thrash Metal cover is another outstanding Prophecy 23 situation. Who designed this, and could you remind me again your mascot's name? Because whenever I see it, I think of Eddie, of course, of Iron Maiden, but I know he has a name, but I forgot his name. Could you please remind me of that?
Yes, his name is Pit Laserbeam. So
the that's right. Name is Pit
Laserbeam,
right.
Not the artist. The mascot is Pit Laserbeam. It's you know the album Green Machine Laserbeam, and we have the song on it called Pit Laserbeam, and that's the title track for the mascot, Pit Laserbeam. That's his name, and the name of the artist is Marvin Clifford. Marvin Clifford from Germany. We think he's the best, a very famous guy here in Germany, and he's done all of our cover artwork so far. So all the studio albums, and we have a video online where you can watch him painting the artwork. And yes, it's the result corresponds exactly to our ideas, and we love it. Yeah,
it's a win-win situation, and thank you for reminding me the artist name and Pit Laserbeam. I'm going to have to remember that. Yeah, excellent work. And I know from the emails, because I've been spreading the word as well, that you will be touring in support of Anvil. So I want to congratulate you on that. So congratulations. And that should be a shitload of fun for you guys, because they're a fun band also. Yeah. And they were recently interviewed on Metal Messiah Radio, but by somebody else. But I would have gotten with them otherwise, all in support of Prophecy 23, of course. Beyond that, would you like to talk about what you have been doing as far as performances out there currently, when your release show is going to be, where it's going to be, and what future shows you may have coming up? Whatever we could tell the listeners would be really great.
Yeah, sure, of course. So maybe really important to mention is the CD release, album release party. That will be in March, end of March, and yeah, it will be a really special show because we have a special set prepared. It will be 2 sets with a break in the middle, and the first one will be pretty old songs and classics from the band, also the new songs, a few that we have never played before, so really, really good stuff going on. And the second set will be, roughly what we plan to play on the tour. So just high level, we won't spoiler too much, but and basically it will be a mix of old classics and also new songs with a few specials, songs we have never played before. We will play the first time there. So we are looking very much forward to that. It will be in southern Germany, in pretty much where we come from, so in Bad Friedrichsthal. And that's the CD release party, one really special thing to mention. And then, of course, the tour with Andrew, that's really blasting. So we are looking so much forward to that. This will be like a bit more than 3 weeks. So totally awesome. We feel really very excited to have the chance to do that. And other than that, of course, we are looking forward to perform on festivals and open airs as much as we can, with a few things going on this year, and also plan to do a few more things for next year. So that's what's coming up on the live concert section.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that with us. And
you're welcome.
I remember when I got with Dennis the last time, I think the band's homepage was not working or not up to date. I'm not really sure. So I need to ask, is www.theprophecy23.de, is it up to date or is it a work in progress?
No, yeah, it's always a work in progress, but now it's up to date.
Good.
So we changed the webmaster. You know, back in the days when you interviewed Dennis, I think we had another webmaster, and he's kind of lost, you know, and we couldn't get any updates on there. So that's why we choose to make it by our own. And the prophecy23.com or .de, it's the same. It's it's up to date now. It's up to date. We have posted new videos. We have 2 videos on it. From the upcoming record to singles and tour posters and stuff. Everything is up to date.
Excellent, because I want to find out for the fans, because, you know, the thing is about these interviews, it's very important to inform the fans on how they could support the bands, because we are here in the underground, and so I want to know, would that be the site for the fans to go to get merch, or would you say they could go to the Facebook also? I'll give you a Facebook link, facebook.com/theprophecy23. I would imagine the actual official homepage would be the best place to go, but where would you say would be the best place for a fan of Prophecy 23 to get merch? What would that be?
It's actually multiple things possible. So when it comes to pre-ordering the new album, and especially pre-ordering that box set that we are promoting for the new album, I think all the stores, the digital stores, are pretty cool. So you can go to Nuclear Blast shop, you can go to EMP, to Massacre, to Amazon, and so on. So that's the place to go for pre-ordering. And when it comes to the new record, it's just all possible. So if you're a fan of digital download and digital albums and songs, it will be released on iTunes, Spotify, Deezer, and so on, all the platforms known. Nevertheless, although also if you want to have the records classics, old school, in your hands, so every local record store should have it. If not, please order it. And the other thing is what you just said, right, with the homepage. So it should be also all be in the shop, the CD and all the merch as well. Of course, also when we play live, step by the merch display, and there you have it all. The cloth, merchandise, CDs, patches, all the stuff. So it will be a great chance to meet us, step by, have a beer with us, and have it over there.
Absolutely. If we can, I'd like to inform the listeners on what merch currently you have available for them from Prophecy 23. I would imagine you have T-shirts, patches, the CDs, the vinyl.
Yes.
And I remember some years ago you had I forget what you call it, but you had a green, I think it was a beer holder, a foam beer holder. Do you still have that available?
I think we had a little shot glass, in it looks like a beer holder.
Okay.
Or it looks like a typical German, beer glass. And we didn't have that the beer cold hand protection thing, but that's what we thought to do that for the new box set. It's funny that you say that. That's in our minds, that have been in our minds too for the new box set, but we didn't figure it out. So we have other things in the new box set, like air refreshener in the shape of a beer bottle.
Oh, wow.
And stuff like that. Yes, really great. We did a lot. It's been, we have how do I say that? It's been a while. Some barbecue session. It needs some barbecue sessions to figure out what's to put in the box. And yes, we have nice things in it, but no beer cold hand protector.
Okay, I just wanted to check on that though. But I just had a flashback. Was there ever merch like a bong or a weed pipe or something like that? I just had a feeling that you had something like that out there, but I don't remember if it was true or not, or I just dreamt of that.
No, we didn't have a pipe or something like that in our merch.
That would
so
work
far.
though. That would work though. Herb is green and it would work.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so you were just mentioning before about videos, so let's give you a YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/user/theprophecy23. And of course I visited your page there, and I know and I have shared your videos for the Fresh Metal release, and that would be We Love Fresh Metal, of course. That's what we do, right? And I Wish I Could Skate. Two really fun offerings, great videos. And I'd like to know if you could tell us how these videos came to be, who directed them, who edited them, who is responsible for them, and what future videos may be in the plans for Fresh Metal.
Yes, first of all, thanks for sharing the video. We appreciate that. Every single, video share is good for us. And, both videos were produced by ourselves, actually. So we are kind of do-it-yourself band, and we're happy to be part of this side of the creative process as well. Three of us are pretty deep in the whole, video creating thing. And it's fun to turn out our visions like this, and to do it by ourselves. So we directed it by ourselves. We edited it by ourselves. The Fresh Metal video, the I Wish I Could Skate video, we have help from a friend of us. He's a professional cameraman, and he did the camera and the edits for the I Wish I Could Skate video. And for the future, we have plans, for two other video clips. The one is called Caps, Trucks, and Rock and Roll. This is a single which was released on, I think the 2nd or 3rd of March. And the other one is No Deep Talks, Just Drinks, No Deep Talks, Just Drinks. I think it's the second song on this record, and we have a really funny video in the pipeline for that. And this one is going to be out on March 20th, on the release day.
I appreciate that. Thanks for that information. I really respect the fact that you are a DIY band.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, because in the underground, you really have to take control of your destiny, and when you do things yourself and you get such great results,
exactly,
it's got to be respected. So you're doing a great job.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much. And Hannes and Theo, what do you do when you're not doing the Prophecy 23? As we said, it's been 6 years between releases, and you had the live release out there. But how do you pay your bills? What do you do for work, and what hobbies do you have?
Yeah, so we all have day jobs, regular day jobs. We are totally different areas. So we are in IT, some guys, other guys in engineering, manufacturing, and so on. So we all have regular day jobs, and we try to handle it with jobs and family and a very time-intense hobby like having this great band. But that works pretty well. We have all great families and great wives and girlfriends and really nice people around us supporting us. So that works pretty well. And we are very happy and we feel very appreciated about that. And other than that, besides work, so there are lots of different hobbies. Maybe I can say just two that are common. So most of the band members do is like where we are visiting a lot, not only playing shows, but also going as a fan to the show. And for example, last weekend, I was going with a few friends. I was going to the Bay Strikes Back. They were playing close to Frankfurt in Germany. That's a tour where just Exodus, Testament, and Death Angel were playing. So that was really awesome. And I think, Hannes, you were on Tenacious D yesterday, right?
Yesterday, yes.
Yeah, yesterday.
In Frankfurt too, yes. And that's why my
Tenacious D.
voice, a little fucked up today.
Oh yeah, that sounds like fun.
So that's something we really love to do, going to concerts as a fan, like celebrating the bands we love. And other than that, traveling is really huge. And also, for example, snowboarding, right? So skiing and snowboarding is really huge in our band. We love to go to the Alps, to Austria or French Alps, and just have a good time and snowboard and ski as much as we can. And we also have a song for that, which is called Home is Where You Shred on the last album. So yeah, that's the in a nutshell.
There you go. I thank you for giving us that information, explaining all that to us. And at this time, would you guys like to talk about your gear and any endorsements that you may have?
Yes, of course. We love gear talks. I don't know how many time you have. We can do 2 hours of gear talks. That's not the problem.
We have 3 hours of the show. We can talk about whatever you'd like to.
Okay. Oh yes, well we have these green guitars, and we got them back in the days from a local music store. It's not a typical endorsement deal, but yes, we love it, and it's some eye-catchy thing. I'm playing the Jackson King B in Kawasaki green. That's a special Kawasaki green, or like we say, the Prophecy 23 green. And yeah, it's nothing special, but it's right for me, and it works, and we have a great time with it.
Very cool. What about your drums, Theo? Would you like to talk about your drums?
Yeah, sure. So I'm a huge fan of Tama drums. I have one Tama Star Classic, and that's made of a very special wood, which is very heavy, and also the sound is very heavy and very impressive and really strong. So that's really cool. And other than that, I like Zildjian cymbals. And other than that, yeah, what else can I say?
You did great. Thank you for letting us know about that. Yeah, sure. Hannes and Theo, would you like to say anything to your fans that are tuning in at this time? The fans that have been following you from the very beginning, or even new fans that are listening to your music right now? Anything you'd like to say to them out there?
Yeah, it's if you like thrash metal in a sort of unique and a fresh way, and you also like some death vocals, you should listen to our stuff. New album Thrash Metal will come on March 20th worldwide. We have already 2 singles that can be heard everywhere, Spotify, iTunes, everywhere. YouTube, we have two videos right now. And the one is called We Love Thrash Metal, that's the title track. And the other one is called I Wish I Could Skate. So follow us on Instagram and Facebook, and we are touring Europe in March and April for 4 weeks. Check out the dates, and see you in the pit. We appreciate every feedback and every support. Get in touch with us, and we're looking forward to meet you guys.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And before we go, I just want to make sure if there's anything else that we can mention to the fans that we have yet to mention. And we really covered a lot of good information, and we have a good feeling of what's next for the Prophecy 23. But what would you add to that? Anything that you want to say that would be considered to be next for the band? I think we pretty much covered it, but if there's something that we have missed, I'd love to hear whatever we could add to that.
Not much. I think Hannes did a great job of like summarizing that. We want this year, we want to play as much live as possible. We have the tour with Anvil, which is totally awesome. So we feel very excited about it, to hit the road across whole Europe for 3 or 4 weeks. We have the CD album release party with good friends, and it's close to sold out already now, and still a few weeks to go. So we are also here very excited to do it. And other than that, we try to play live as much as possible. Looking forward to summer festivals and open airs as well this year, also next year. And we already have a few songs in the pipeline, which will be on the new record, because this is something we also are targeting probably pretty soon. Some songs already quite in good shape for the new record, and others to come. Also, we want to pick up this year or next year latest. Hopefully the next album will be there, not in like 6 years time of waiting, but maybe a little shorter.
Whenever that happens, I'd love to have you guys back on the show. You know that. We'll always have your support here.
Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you too, and we appreciate your long-lasting support, in your show, and all the best for you, the whole team, and all your listeners. Thanks.
I appreciate your kind words, but you'll always have our support, no doubt about that. I'm just wondering if Anvil comes to the States, will they take you along with them?
Of course.
Well, I hope to meet you here in New York at some point.
Yes,
that would
we
be
hope so
awesome.
too.
That would be outstanding. And we could do a follow-up face-to-face interview. That would be outstanding as well.
Awesome.
It really would be. So let's hope that happens. So I want to thank you guys again, both Hannes and Theo, for joining us today on the Metal Meltdown on Metal Messiah Radio. I want to wish you and everyone in the band continued success, best wishes for 2020, and may your shows be outstanding. And keep in touch with me. Let us know about when you have the new video coming out. Hit me up. I'll get the Massacre email, I'm sure. But thank you really again for such a great interview. I really have had fun talking with you again. And how about we go crank up some more Prophecy 23 and music off of Thrash Metal. Let's crank it up really loud. Let's crank it.
We